Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching my channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. I have the victory. All right, guys. Welcome back to repairing and salvaging the American Flyer 23743 maintenance car. Well, we have it almost to completion. As you saw in the first video, we made the repairs, got it running, and did the wiring that we need to do. And this second video, even though you didn't see all the repairs, we had a crack here, this screw hole, a crack back here at this screw hole, and in both of these cracks, all of these cracks were actually through the plastic. So they would have been a worse crack later on had they not been repaired. So we did repair these from the underside, and we braced them. We made sure that our glued surface was also, the repair was sealed across the top. I did go back and I had to replace this screw with a larger screw that wasn't right, and I haven't been to the store yet to pick up some more screws. Actually, I have a screw, but I don't have a washer for it. And so I need to get washers for these screws. And this is the wrong head. This is a Star Point or a Phillips, and I really need a standard head screw. So, and that's neither here nor there. That can be replaced later on, and no problem. We did get everything running mechanically, got it all corrected, got it cleaned up wonderfully. It runs good. And we also had a problem back here. This was broke off, and as you can see, I think you can see it. It's broke off again, and the reason why is because I was trying to figure out how I was going to repair this back end and put the railing as on the front, on the back. And it all boils down to either I have to get one like it or I have to fashion one out of plastic, and I don't have the right proper plastic material. I thought about other things that I do have in the plastic line to use, but none of them would fashion correctly and none of them really look good. So what I'm doing now is temporary, permanent, is I've made a wire rail out of a piece of clothes hanger. I've drilled out these holes, as I said. I drilled one here and one here. And this repair that I had made here did not seal good. If it had really sealed good, the drill wouldn't just have popped that piece out of there. And that's what happened. Here's the piece right here. Just popped it out. So that's how it was. My fingers are too big, can't see it. That's how it was. But anyway, so what we're going to do is I've got this already cut and shaped and fashioned here, and we're going to take it and we're going to put it down in these holes, and I'm going to use some contact cement on it to make sure that they stay where I put them. I cut this one, I cut them the same length pretty much. And I meant to cut one off just a little bit longer than the other so that it would go down into this lower part of this stanchion. But I misbobbled and didn't do it, but it's going to be okay. Because once it's glued in place, I'm going to seal this one up and repair it again. And do it a little differently this time. And so now what I'm still looking at though here, and I've got to fix this. If I can, like this. This has been a little bit too much one way. Needs to come back the other way. Just a hair. Okay. It needs to go that way. Just a hair. It's probably too much. Yep. There we go. No more. There we go. All right. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do that. Also, I was going to order a driver for this vehicle, but I thought around and remembered I had some sitting drivers. I have several different types of sitting people. This was actually a military guy. And so I reshaped his helmet to give him kind of a cap. And repainted his clothes from the military green, black and red. I drilled the hole in the bottom area here and put the pin in because the pin was here in the seat, but we didn't have the driver. So now we have a driver, and outside of the color of his clothing, he looks a lot like the original driver of one of these vehicles. So, and like I said, there's some custom detail to this out of necessity, as we don't have the correct parts. So we had to make the parts for it. And there's not very many though. The majority of it is all original. We have a wrong screw, a wrong driver, and everything else is pretty. I used the original spring and reshaped it, tore this apart and put it back in to hold the brush spring in. I did replace the wiring. I did the wiring on it. So it is a new wire on there. But everything pretty much is original on it, except for these things. And now this. Now, I know you're saying, okay, this doesn't have the two laterals, but it will have when I'm done. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use. I think, once again, it'll be a piece of plastic, or for now, they might be metal. or they might be wood, such as matchsticks. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's get this done. Now all of a sudden it doesn't want to go in there. What's going on? There we go. Get it about the right height. Put this one up just a little bit before it sets. Oh yeah. Get you back down in there. I gotta bring it over here, guys. Oh, that hurt. Still didn't have this quite out far enough. Oh, man. And my piece of plastic, because once you drilled that out, it didn't leave a whole lot for it. Got too thin, and it popped. But once again, it's okay because we'll just do the same thing with it on this side that we do with it on the other side. I just hate that because I could have kept it that way. It would have been easier to duplicate everything the way it needed to be duplicated. Now I got to do it just a little bit differently. Okay. We're going to let that set a few minutes. As it will not do what it's supposed to do otherwise. You get to watch that glue, because get it on your fingertips and you touch something and then you get it all over. We're gonna let that sit. We're gonna let it sit up, and while that's sitting, I'm gonna put some of my tools up. Put my drill up. Take this drill bit out, and we'll be back. Okay, we made it back, and letting that dry. While it's drying, still drying, I went ahead and tried to drill holes down through these other two stanchions, but they busted out a little bit, so I had to go back in and fill them in. Show you. It's white plastic and glue. That's just to support them around up to places where they didn't go down in fully down in these stanchions because they broke out right there. I felt like that was going to probably happen. The plastic's old, and it's hard to hold a big drill like that and not put too much pressure at one time against the wrong area. But anyway, this was the first one that broke out, and so we're going to put some glue on it. Not tons of glue, like I just did. Sometimes the thing just, you open it up and it just pours. You're gonna have to squeeze it. And we're gonna put our little plastic piece back on here. Just like this. It cooperates. Like I said earlier, you got to watch out for your glue on the tips of your fingers and my fingers. The tips of my fingers are just loaded with glue right now. Just loaded with glue right now. So anyway, that's all done. And what I'll have to do, or I will do, is come back and sand these down a little bit, build them up with some extra glue maybe to smooth them out a bit, fill in the cracks if there are any, and then we'll paint them. And outside of my now existent glue finger marks that didn't exist before, which we may be able to get off because of where they are, we'll pretty much be done with this project. keep in mind, I've got two of these now. So this one was basically junk, or at least that's the way it was sold, as junk. So when we have these little mishaps with it, it's okay. It just takes it longer to repair it. Gives us the opportunity to use our skills or whatever we have, trial and error, in a different way, different capacity. And that makes some things better. Perfect? No, not perfect. In order to get things really perfect, you have to do more planning, maybe better tools, the right materials, and more time than sometimes a person has to do it in a way that's closer to perfection. But you can do it in a way that it's repaired, it looks nice, and it's serviceable. So I'm going to let this dry up for tonight. And I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll finish it. All right. See you in the morning. Okay, guys, we're back. Well, I got the wire glued on, got it in place. Last night, let it sit till this morning. I went back and put this piece back on, glued it on over top of that, filled it in, formed it. Same with this. I made this out of plastic, white plastic stock. You can see there. Filled it in. And this one on the end. I'm going to file this one down a little more, just a little bit. Get it a little smoother. A better focus there. But there it is, guys. Unless it's intentionally snatched off or knocked off or dropped, and it hits like maybe this surface really hard. This should stay together. The glue holds as it should. Even this bump won't necessarily knock it off. It might loosen it. But if it does break off, if it was the glue would hold like it should even break off another piece out of it. But we don't know if that glue is going to hold like that or not. I'm going to go ahead and file this down a little more. That's better. This could be a little smoother. Just kind of knock off the rough edges. Make it even. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood, a lovely day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's another day in the neighborhood, a lovely day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? You guys remember that one? One of the shows some of us used to watch when we was kids and was still around for most of our older kids. Watching Mr. Rogers with my kids later on is what gave me an appreciation for trolleys that I didn't really realize that I had an interest in. Okay, well, this brings us back now to the yellow paint. The only yellow paint I have is the paint I touched this up in places with, which is not the correct yellow, but it will give us a foundation for the correct yellow paint. When we get it. So, what we're going to do we're going to go ahead and paint it with this temporary yellow that we have. But you just can't cover. All right, I got it all painted. Put it up like this. There we go. So we got it painted. Not the perfect. As I said, it's not an exact match. I repainted the stripes on the back also. And get it light up here a little better. Yeah, right there. So here we are. Here's our driver. And follow me, and we'll put it on the track and watch it run. All right, we get it over here, and I think I'm gonna have to replace that one brush because not quite. It was a new brush, but it kind of disintegrated. A portion of it just kind of crumbled. Never had one do that before. Well, pushed it off the tracks instead on. But anyway, guys, there it is. And the track maintenance car 23743 American Flyer is on the road again. Now, later on, like I said, I might come back. As you can see, this is a little different color than this. But it looks better. It looks good. It's now complete. And it does run. It doesn't run bad. Just got that little glitch with the making continuity now and then because of the brush. And we're going to get that straightened out. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, remember God loves you and Jesus Christ is Lord. This has been a Cadzilla production. I'm GMan saying so long for now. Bye-bye.